The world of war games has been evolving rapidly over the past decade, with each new release attempting to push the boundaries of realism, strategy, and immersive gameplay. However, there has been one series that has always stood out in the genre: Battlefield. With its large-scale battles, intricate mechanics, and incredible attention to detail, Battlefield has long been a favorite of gamers looking for an epic and immersive war experience. Now, with the upcoming release of Battlefield 6, all eyes are on what the new installment will bring to the table. Could it revolutionize the world of war games once again? Let's dive deep into how Battlefield 6 might change the landscape of gaming. First, let's talk about the game scale. For years, the Battlefield franchise has been synonymous with massive, open-world battles where players can engage in chaotic, large-scale warfare across varied environments. But Battlefield 6 is expected to take this to new heights. The game is rumored to feature even larger maps, which would not only increase the number of players on the battlefield, but also offer greater strategic depth. Imagine a map that allows for 128-player matches in a sprawling cityscape, complete with detailed urban areas, open fields, and dense forests. The diversity in environments could open up countless possibilities for different strategies, with players needing to adapt their tactics to the terrain. This shift towards larger, more expansive battlegrounds would push other games to rethink their own multiplayer formats, potentially altering the dynamics of the entire genre. Another significant change in Battlefield 6 is expected to be the introduction of advanced technology and cutting-edge graphics. With modern consoles and powerful PCs, the potential for stunning visual fidelity is immense. We're talking about photorealistic environments, detailed character models, and destructible landscapes that will change how players interact with their surroundings. The ability to destroy buildings and alter the terrain during battle has always been one of Battlefield's signature features. But with the advancements in graphical technology, the level of detail and destruction could be taken to unprecedented levels. Imagine a skyscraper collapsing in real time as players unleash firepower on its foundation, sending debris flying in all directions. Not only does this add to the intensity of each battle, but also forces players to think critically about how they approach each encounter, knowing that the environment itself can be a weapon or a hindrance. In addition to the graphics and scale, Battlefield 6 is expected to bring revolutionary changes to its gameplay mechanics. The game is rumored to incorporate a new level of tactical depth, making use of AI-driven squad dynamics and more realistic movement systems. This would introduce a more coordinated and strategic approach to combat, moving away from the chaotic, run-and-gun style of previous installments. For example, squad leaders could be given more control over their team's movements, allowing for more synchronized attacks and better communication on the battlefield. This level of coordination could appeal to players who enjoy a more methodical approach to warfare, creating a sense of teamwork and camaraderie that is sometimes lacking in other games. At the same time, the game will likely continue to allow players to go rogue and engage in intense, high-octane solo combat, offering a balance between strategy and action. Furthermore, we can't overlook the role of vehicle combat, which has always been an essential part of the Battlefield experience. While vehicles in previous installments have been fun to use, Battlefield 6 is expected to enhance this feature, introducing even more diverse vehicles with unique abilities. We may see drones, advanced tanks, helicopters, and even futuristic vehicles that change the way players approach mobility and firepower. This could add a whole new layer to the strategic options available to players, with the choice of vehicle having a significant impact on the overall battle plan. The introduction of more interactive and customizable vehicles could also breathe new life into this aspect of the game, allowing players to experiment with different loadouts and configurations. Another aspect that Battlefield 6 could revolutionize is the integration of dynamic weather systems. The ability to have real-time weather effects like sandstorms, blizzards, and thunderstorms could not only make the game more immersive, but also add unpredictability to each match. Weather could affect visibility, movement, and combat effectiveness, forcing players to adapt on the fly. For example, a sudden rainstorm can make certain weapons less effective or obscure vision, giving snipers an advantage while making long-range shooting more difficult for other players. These dynamic environmental factors could keep the gameplay fresh, as no two matches would ever feel the same. But perhaps one of the most significant ways that Battlefield 6 could change the world of war games is through its commitment to narrative-driven multiplayer experiences. While Battlefield has always had a loose story that ties its battles together, Battlefield 6 might push the boundaries by offering more structured, story-driven events within its multiplayer modes. This could take the form of special limited-time operations or campaigns that unfold over weeks or months, with players having to complete objectives and progress through a larger narrative. This integration of narrative into multiplayer would not only make each match feel more meaningful, but also create a deeper emotional connection between the player and the game world. At its core, Battlefield 6 will likely change the world of war games by providing an experience that is both more immersive and dynamic. The combination of massive, strategic battles, cutting-edge graphics, advanced gameplay mechanics, and evolving narratives will set a new standard for what players expect from a war game. It will challenge other developers to rethink how they approach the genre, possibly inspiring a wave of innovation that could change the way we experience war games for years to come. In short, Battlefield 6 has the potential to redefine the genre and set a new bar for the future of multiplayer shooters.